Hey guys, so today we're going to be breaking down the Zenkai for Yellow Syn Shenron, and I believe there is like one or two new equipment we could talk about as well. There actually is quite a bit of stuff coming to the game today in terms of events. I believe I did see there were data mines for a special raid, which definitely seems similar to what we got at the end of Legends Fest, which was a crazy, crazy raid. So hopefully it is similar to that. I did see some kind of event about like doing as much damage as you can with a Rising Rush. So a bit of an interesting end to the anniversary here, something different. So anyway, let's get into Syn Shenron. I do have his original kit pulled up on the side so we can compare. This is a pretty old character, so I imagine there are going to be some massive, massive changes. His original unique abilities, I mean, we could just take a quick look at like the original ones. Look how short these are. This is the entire character, basically. So let's go ahead and see what this guy looks like with his stats pumped up to the maximum. Remember, he is a defense type. Those are very high defenses. He is like just under 200k defenses when we take apart the... well, no, sorry. We have to take around. We have to take away 13,000 here. Which still, I mean, he's still going to be at like 194,000 to both, which is very good. 194,000 to both defenses. That's certainly good. He already does have endurance, I believe. Yeah, he already does have endurance. 272 strike attack and then 270 blast. Yeah, offensively he's not looking crazy just because that's not what he's been about ever since he released. But defenses look pretty good. He is on GT and powerful opponents, so those are his two teams. I don't know what this is. Second. I would imagine this is probably something for the raid that's separating characters into different timed releases, I imagine. Vegito Blue for the second anniversary's in here. I don't know. Alright. Normal strike, normal blast, blue card. So I remember this blue card did destroy Dragon Balls when it landed. Alright, so major explode damage. It does do AoE damage. Yeah, that always was the case. 50% chance to reduce enemies' Dragon Balls by 1 on hit. I actually don't think they changed this at all. I think it's always been this exact blue card. Okay, yeah, I don't think this is different. The green card is a long-range green card. Draws 1 new card on... Wait, I'm not even looking at the... I'm not even looking at the thing. All right, yeah, okay, there we go. That's the different... Okay, I didn't have the button clicked. Massive explode damage. That goes from major to massive. 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts. Gain 1 Dragon Ball activates once. Okay. And then on hit, it does AoE damage and then 50% chance to reduce enemies' Dragon Balls. Yeah, okay, so that is a pretty damn big upgrade. It goes from major to massive, 38% extra damage, and then you also do gain a Dragon Ball. And that is on activation, so even if you miss, it still gives you a Dragon Ball. The green card randomly draws 1 new card upon activation, gives you 40 key on hit, so that goes from 30 key to 40 key. He gains cover null for 5 counts, which is basically you need this on like any priority gaining green cards, whether it's long range or an AoE green card. You need some kind of lock-in or cover null because otherwise it would just be way too easy to cover change against them. Gains 1 Dragon Ball. Okay. So he's now getting a Dragon Ball from the green card effect. Interesting. This is... Okay, it's a pretty long main ability. Actually, to be fair, his main ability was actually already pretty long. Draws 1 new card, 25% health and 40 key. That's from nothing. He didn't actually gain key or health on this. Cancels on attribute downgrades in normal conditions. That's new. All enemies get minus 50% health restoration, plus 30% damage received, and plus 10 to special arts cost. Yeah, that's actually the same. All those debuffs are the same. Everything besides those debuffs are new. So drawing a card, healing, getting key, and canceling attribute downgrades in normal conditions. Sure. I wouldn't say this is anything insane, but it's solid. Zenkai ability, I'm pretty sure we already know this is for Yellow GT. Yeah. And then his Z ability, blast attack and defense. He's more of a blast-oriented character, which definitely is not what GT is right now. I mean, you can kind of make it work, right? Like Super 17 is blast, GT Spirit Bomb Goku is blast, but yeah. All right, let's see what he is doing with his uniques. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 80% damage. That goes up from 50%. No, that goes up from 0%. He didn't actually have any damage. Yeah, he had 0 damage inflicted. Okay. 80% damage inflicted, and then 60% reduced damage received. Falling effects occur when own health reaches 0. Restores health by 30%. 30% damage inflicted. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 35 counts. There's all of your enemies' cards and seals all enemies' main abilities. Yeah, here's my issue with this. These are all cancelable. 30% damage inflicted is cancelable. Type neutrality for 35 counts is cancelable. I don't know why they did that. There are a lot of effects in the game at this point that remove buffs like that and attribute upgrades like that. It's a nice effect, though. I mean, type neutral for 35 counts is not bad. Okay. Falling effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Restores own key by 30. 60% damage inflicted. And then plus 5 to all arts costs the opponent for 5 counts. Okay. Applies the following effects to self when an ally or enemy activates a Rising Rush. Okay, so 60% damage, 100% key recovery. So that goes up from 50% damage to 60%. This guy actually is getting like a lot of damage. 60 here, 60 here, 80 here. That's already 200% damage. And then when he gets his endurance activated, he's getting 30% more damage. That's 230% damage. Assuming it doesn't get canceled. Okay. Falling effects occur when changing cover. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 15 counts. That's pretty good. So against red characters. I mean, to be fair, there are not many very good reds right now. I mean, Fusion Zamasu is easily the most prevalent red right now. Super 17 you see every now and then. I think like Supreme Kai is every once in a blue moon you run into him. But that's really it. I think I would imagine within the next like 2 months we're probably going to see a really good red release. I think. Reduce enemy key by 40. Randomly destroys one enemy card. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 10% to special move ultimate and awaken arts power. 10%. That's it for 3 timer counts. Applies the following effects to self upon landing a strike or a blast arts hit. Draws a special move next. Okay, that's actually pretty good because he gets covered all via the green card. Or no, sorry, that's a blue card. Okay, so he's gonna reduce enemies' Dragon Balls at a chance of 50%. Does AoE damage. I would much rather him just draw green instead of that blue card there. I don't know why they did a blue card. So it's a one-time only thing where he gains 50 key and a blue card when he lands a striker or blast. Yeah, I would have rather it just have been a green card instead. So you could chain the combo together, like just guaranteed almost. Shortens own subcount by 10 when enemy activates an ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush while this character's on standby. Applies the following effects to self every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character's in the battlefield. Restores health by 5%. Activates twice. That's pretty good, actually. 5%. 10% damage inflicted cannot be canceled. Activates 3 times. Okay, that's more damage. Also reduces enemy key by 30 if own remaining health is 50% or below. The following effects occur after enemy attack is over. 20% damage inflicted for 15 counts. Card draw speed. Oh, he just gets permanent card draw speed. So he's got to just get hit once, and he gets permanent card draw speed. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10% of damage received for 15 counts. Okay. He seems like very similar to Ultra Omega after his unique equipment or platinum equipment. We'll see. I feel like he could be decent. Obviously, what you're going to want to do with this character is, I think, probably his most valuable asset is... Where is it? His most valuable asset is... I can't find it. This right here. Shortening his own subcount by 10 when the enemy ultimate awakened arts or rising rushes. It's going to be important to pair this guy up with a character that deletes enemy buff effects when they use ultimates or rising rushes. So you can immediately switch to this character. He can tank. Even if his endurance gets activated by like an ultimate or a rising rush, he'll still be able to survive. That's, I think, what's going to make this character look pretty good. But other than that, I would say he just seems decent. It's so tough to be like competitive right now. The best thing this guy, you know what? Actually, no, this isn't the best part about him right now. The best part about this character right now is the fact that he's yellow. that is actually the best thing about this character right now. It's just the fact that he's yellow. Is this guy even going to survive an ultimate from full health against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? I think if you build this guy correctly and you give him a Zenkai buff and you build him fully defensively, he definitely can. But we'll see. I think they probably ended up actually giving him too much damage. I would probably want to sacrifice some of this damage for more defensive stuff. But he seems pretty solid for a Zenkai. Definitely could be a good bench character as well. Yellow GT, plus he has a double stat buffing Z ability, blast attack, and defense. Was it 30% on this? Oh, it is 35. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. He'll be a good bench character if you get like a really strong blast-based GT yellow character. All right, let's see what kind of equipment we have. Let's go to the archive. I know at the very least we will have an awakened equipment because the rush is resetting this week. Let's see what we have here. Anything interesting? What is this? Okay. God Key sagas from the movies. God Key and sagas from the movies. So like Gogeta, fusing Gogeta Blue can use this. Obviously God Goku can use this. If we ever get movie versions of like ROF Goku and Vegeta, they could use this. Health by 10%, base strike defense and blast defense 20%. 15% to own pure strike and blast defense while there are 3 God Key battle members. 12% to pure strike attack if this character is Super Saiyan God or God of Destruction. So this is very clearly meant for God Goku. 10% health, 20% base defenses, 12% pure strike, and then 15% to pure defenses. If you're running him on a full God Key team, yeah, this is... This is probably specifically designed for God Goku. A god facing a god. How do you get this? This might be one of those equips they just put into the equipment metal shop, I'm thinking, actually. Either that, or this is associated with one of the new events we're getting, like the new raid event, or like the Rising Rush thing we're going to get. I don't know. But this is clearly... I mean, it's pretty specific, because you still have to run a full God Key team with Goku. Which means you can't, like, mix and match movies characters. I mean... it's a really good equipment if you can get the full thing activated, but I don't know how consistent that's going to be. Okay. I mean, it's definitely very good. There should be an awakened equip. There isn't? Am I crazy? There's no awakened equipment. I'm pretty sure Rush is resetting. Yeah, 2 hours left. So we're not getting an awakened equipment even though the Rush is resetting? That's very... Has it ever happened? I actually don't think that's ever happened. Am I missing something here? Okay. I guess there's not going to be an awakened equipment. Let me check the awakened tab just in case. Yeah. I don't know. I guess this is the first time ever where Rush is resetting and we're not getting a new awakened equipment. So anyway, let me know down below what you guys think of the Zenkai Syn Shenron, as well as there's a new unique equipment that is very seemingly specifically for God Goku. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.